What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Duke. I covered that show with another video, man. Excuse me. And today, I am going to preview and predict this year's NBA Finals matchup between the Western Conference champs, two-time NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors, and the Eastern Conference champs, the Toronto Raptors, yo. First off, for Golden State, man, this is basically our newest version of, dynasties in the NBA. This is their fifth straight NBA Finals appearance, yo. First round, they took down the Los Angeles Clippers in 6 games. Second round, they had a rematch, a Western Conference Finals rematch with the Houston Rockets, in which Kevin Durant gets injured in Game 5, and they take that series in 6. Then they take on the Portland Trailblazers, man, with no Kevin Durant, no Boogie Cousins, no Iguodala in Game 4. And they sweep the Trailblazers, man, a solid Trailblazers team, yo. And that's how they got to this point. And as far as the Toronto Raptors, the first round, man, first game they lost to the Orlando Magic at home. And then, people was like, oh, here we go. The same old Toronto Raptors who chokes in the playoff. Kyle Lowry was out there with 0 points, but they put it together, won 4 straight. Played a very, very tough, hard-fought 7-game series with the Philadelphia 76ers, in which Kawhi Leonard hit the historical game walk-off Game 7 shot. And after falling behind 2 games to the Milwaukee Bucks, the team with the best record in the NBA all season, they rattled off 4 straight wins, man, and here they are, yo. First off, man, Kevin Durant is obviously still dealing with his calf injury. It looks like he's gonna miss Game 1, for certain. Now, he will travel with the team to Toronto, so I'm guessing, that's a decent sign, because he didn't travel, to Houston Game 6 or Game 3 and Game 4, with the team in Portland. So, yeah, like, maybe he has a long shot to play in a Game 2 or Game 3 or whatever. There's some people who believe he won't play in this series at all. But, we'll see, man. You never know with these injuries, man. And it also looks like Boogie Cousins is questionable for Game 1, where it definitely seems like he has a realistic shot in participating in this series, yo. When you look at the matchups, man, when you look at the backcourts, man, obviously the Golden State Warriors have the best, not only the best backcourt in all of basketball, the best shooting backcourt, arguably in the history of basketball, with the Splash Brothers. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, a.k.a. John B. from the 90s. Front court, man, they gonna roll. I'm assuming Iguodala is gonna be ready to roll. I know he missed their last game, but you don't really hear nothing about him on the injury front, so I'm assuming he gonna be ready to roll along with Draymond Green. And it's interesting to see what they gonna do at center, man. They kind of, if Cousins is indeed ready to play, will they start him or will they let him come off the bench? They have started Damon Jones. They've started Bogut. I don't think they start Looney, because I think they like how Looney comes in off of the bench and gives them, instant impact. But, we're going to see how that matchup roll, how they start lineup roll, man. You have Steph and Klay going up against Kyle Lowry and Danny Green. Now, Kyle Lowry is an all-star. I never was a big fan of his game, because I feel like, he's kind of a chubby point guard who plays under the rim, and he doesn't have elite quickness or elite ball handling skills. But to his credit, man, he's a bulldog. He's tough. He's gritty. He has a nice jump shot, and he gets the job done, yo. Danny Green, man, like, he got to find his game, man. He got to go down the Toon Squad and find his find his talent, man, because the Monsters took his shot, man. I don't know what happened to Danny Green, man. As a Miami Heat fan, it's very annoying to see, because when he played the Heat in 2013, 2014, the guy couldn't miss a jump shot to save his life. You feel me? So he got to get it together, man. And when you look at the front court matchup, man, obviously with Draymond Green, with Kevin Durant being out, he's asked to do a lot offensively for the team. Not only scoring, but basically moving the ball and also getting a lot of hockey assists out there. Like, he'll pass it to one guy who could pass it to another guy, for an easy shot. So Draymond Green is gonna has been doing his thing out there. And like I said, you got Iguodala also, and at center, it's a mystery. Would it be DeMarcus Cousins? You know, will it be Damon Jones, Looney, Bogut? You know, we who knows? You know what I'm saying? I guess we won't know that until game one starts. But you got them going up against Kawhi Leonard, man, who was putting on an absolute sensational performance in these playoffs. You know, out there kind of looking like a Michael Jordan as far as his skill set is concerned, you know, with the tenacity defensively, you know, and with the full repertoire of offensive skill. You know, you have Pascal Siakam, who's had a big time season, a very long athletic, you know, player. And you got Marc Gasol, man, who's, you know, he's had his struggles. You know what I'm saying? He looks a little like he's getting a little old, longer in the tooth, but, you know, he's still capable of being a solid player for them. You know, the bench, man, with Toronto, you know, Van Vliet, ever since he had his son, he can't miss. He's looking like Danny Green in 2013, 2014. He can't miss a shot right now, man, especially a three-pointer. You know, Norman Powell, who's coming in and give them big-time minutes, man. You know, Ibaka, who's doing this thing, holding it down in the paint. And for Golden State, man, they have a bunch of options. You know, you got McKinney, you got Jordan Bell, you know, Looney. Let's see if Cousins available. Will they bring Cousins off the bench? That's yet to be determined, yo. The key for this series, man, for Golden State is just doing what they do, man. Basically, it's just moving the ball offensively. If you know, obviously, if Durant play, you know, they're a well-oiled machine. You know, at times they could isolate with him and give it to him at the elbow and let him do his thing. But if he's not out there, man, you know, they're going to try to beat you with a lot of ball movement. You know, Steph running around off of screens, you know, Clay spotting up and Draymond getting the ball and moving the ball around, you know. And as far as for Toronto, man, it's you know, it's basically get production from the others, man. Kawhi is going to do what Kawhi do. Kawhi is going to put on. Kawhi is going to ball. He's going to do everything that they need him to do. It's all about will his teammates step up, man. Some games in the playoffs they have, and some games they haven't. Fortunate for them, they were still able to make it to this point. You know, and like I said, Toronto, I think they match up. I think they match up solid with Golden State, yo. When you look at the point guard matchup, if Lowry is hitting his threes, you know, not to say he could match Steph, but you know, he could at least hold his end of the bargain. If Danny Green remember how to shoot a basketball, he's basically a poor man's Klay Thompson, you know, with a 3-and-D type of player. With no Durant, man, Draymond Green going up against Kawhi Leonard gonna be a very interesting matchup. You know, they both like are very great defensive players. They both have been NBA defensive players of the year. So it would be interesting to see them go at each other pretty much. Or either them or maybe it'll be Iguodala and Kawhi instead. You know, Pascal Siakam going up against either Draymond or Iguodala will be something interesting to see. And of course, Marc Gasol going up against, you know, Boogie Cousins or whoever Golden State start at center. And obviously with the bench players, man, you know, Van Vliet going up probably against like a Quinn Cook, you know, a McKinney probably against a Norman Powell, and you know, like a Looney against a Serge Ibaka. It's a pretty solid matchup, man. Toronto has home court advantage, you know, which is something a lot of people they wasn't sure about. You know, they finished with 58 wins. Golden State had 57. So it's very interesting. This is the first finals that not only Golden State won't be playing LeBron in this run, but it's the first finals where they don't have home court advantage also. And as far as my prediction, man, I like what Toronto has done. I mean, they've got up to this point, and I mean, I felt like it's already been a success for them getting to this point. Now, the big thing for them is will they be able to keep Kawhi Leonard or not. But I like Golden State to 3P, man. I think Golden State gonna get the 3P done, man. Honestly, rather if Durant play or not. I think Golden State takes this series in 6, man, closing it out at home in the game 6, where they will close down Oracle Arena and get ready to move into their new arena. I think they close down Oracle with a 3rd straight championship, man. And they will be known as one of the greatest teams of all time, yo. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have NBA content, man, throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Let's go Heat.